All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. My name is Chris, and this is my channel. We love comics, and I'm going to do a little bit of a rant today. It's one of those days I didn't think I was going to be making a video, but had a really bad day today, so I thought this would be a good way to get that all off my chest, which will make me feel better. It may help one or two people in the community, and it may get some of my, like you see here, toxic people to get their panties in a bunch, which I kind of like doing these days. And I want to focus this on the typical messages I've been getting on a video I did the other day about my Daredevil #1, which is graded a CGC 0.5. Now, there are people... Somebody actually told me that on CGC there is this whole panel that people have been attacking my channel for this. And that's fine if people want to spend their time insulting and hurting somebody. You know, that's fine. These are children. But I just want to show you the typical thing I got to deal with, because it's actually funny when I hear people talk about the quote-unquote comic book community and how everybody is so kind and friendly. I actually have to kind of laugh about it because of the way that myself and my channel get treated. So let me show you this typical. Now, I've had to delete a bunch of nasty comments, which, you know, that's YouTube. That's, you know, people who hide behind computers, who are basically too afraid to show themselves, because then people would call them out and actually, you know, expose them for who they are. So they become anonymous, which makes people really brave. But here is the comment, and I just wanted to respond about this because I'm honestly, the accusations are getting a little silly at this point for basically my choice of having an opinion. It seems these days if you have an opinion different than others, they gang up on you, but they do it like cowards. And they do it secretively. So No Name, which, by the way, if we go to their profile, I'll show you this really quick. So this is the typical person that will send nasty stuff. As you could see, no picture, no videos, no content, no nothing. So the typical person that's going to talk garbage. So this is what they write. And this is response to my video right here, the first Grail comic of 2019. It's a Daredevil #1 that's graded a 0.5, which myself and many others said that there's no way it's a 0.5. Now, obviously, I haven't seen the inside of it, so it could be completely nasty. And if I send it to get regraded and it comes back a 0.5, I can live with that. Because if there was something inside that I couldn't see, which wasn't labeled on the label, then that's okay. And this is what they write. Go figure. Video is sponsored by PGX, and then you bag on CGC all the time. I'm not sure what bag. I think he meant rag, but obviously can't spell. Rag on CGC all the time. Conflict of interest much? Everyone knows PGX is, I'm not going to say the word, everybody knows it. So according to him, he's spoken to everybody on the planet and talked about PGX, and every single one of them said it's poop. Okay, so he continues. They constantly miss errors like missing pages and restoration, which, by the way, you could watch videos on YouTube. All three companies make those mistakes. It does happen. PGX is not immune, solely the one that does it. And use PGX if you want to get effed over when trying to sell it. So if you want to read my response, you can. But here's the thing. Obviously, this person doesn't watch my videos. He probably came from that 3 or 4 page We Love Comics bashing forum on the CGC whatever chat boards, which is nice to know CGC allows that kind of stuff where they're basically bullying people allowed on their chat forums. So there's another thumbs up for CGC that they don't regulate their forums, and they allow people to basically insult people, attack people, make false accusations like I supposedly have nothing better to do than to buy subscribers. Let me tell you, if anybody out there buys subscribers, it's pretty sad. I've never done it. I don't even know how to do it. And even if I did, why would I want to buy a bunch of subscribers? And if I was going to do it, Wouldn't I want 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 subscribers so it actually did something to affect my channel? I mean, these people are idiots. But I want to make this clear. Now, obviously, the only people that are going to watch this are my subscribers who care, the ones that are actually going to watch videos. None of the haters do it, but I'm doing this for me. So I know there's going to be people saying, you know, don't feed the trolls or don't do this. I'm just venting. And I'm putting it out there so people can't say, oh, he's being quiet. Because there's a thing in this world. If somebody makes an accusation and you say nothing, then they say, oh, they didn't respond, so they must be guilty. And then on the other end of the spectrum, if you say something, then they say, oh, you're lying. So you can't win either way. So I might as well go with what I feel comfortable with. And if anything, despite what so many claim on YouTube, people do love drama. Because I promise you, I'm going to get more views on this video than I will on others. So if anything, I'll just make sure I monetize this one, do the advertisements where you can't skip it, so at least I'll earn a little revenue off of this. So I'll be very shallow when it comes to that. And, you know, normally I like to talk positive, and you know what? That's life. Sometimes you're going to be positive, sometimes you're going to have good things happen, and then some days you're just going to have bad days. It's what you do with it. So I just want to make it clear. Yes, for the record, I am sponsored by PGX, and quote-unquote sponsored. I have no contract with PGX. I have signed no forms. I made a deal with them. I actually messaged CGC, CBCS, and PGX all in the same day. I did a copy and paste letter that said, I had an idea. If you were willing to grade a couple of books, doesn't matter, we can, you know, determine that with the conversation. If you would grade a couple of my books so I can make a video every month, which will help promote your business and will also give me something that I love to do, which I really couldn't afford, and, you know, it made it easier, I would put a little ad on my videos. Well, CGC and CBCS never responded. Not only did PGX respond, but the owner actually called me and we had a conversation on the phone. I felt that to be very professional. I felt it to be very respectful. He was kind. He was willing to work with me, who's a YouTube-wise a nobody. Because at the time, I probably had 1,800 to maybe 2,000 subscribers. So he could have easily been like the other two companies and ignored me. But instead, he went the extra mile, contacted me. We talked on the phone. We have conversations, and he was willing to allow me to grade 4 comics for free. I mean, I have to pay for the shipping, the insurance, and all that other stuff, so it's not technically free. But they are allowing me to do signature verification, any age of comic book, from modern age to golden age, can have pressing and dry cleaning for only the cost of shipping. So why wouldn't I do that? Now, I've worked with all 3 companies. I have, like I said, many of my books are CGC. I wish I had my original channel that I shut down back in 2016, because I used to do boxes and boxes of CGC unboxings. So this whole bagging on CGC, because if you see my response of that video, I say in that very video that he says all I do is rag on CGC, that I state, and I'll keep saying it, CGC is the #1 grading company. CGC, the best slab of any slab company I've ever seen, both new and old. Theirs is by far the best. All I did was formulate an opinion. I mean, I'm not going to give the link to promote morons, but if you go to CGC's chat forum, there is an entire forum based on bashing me, where people anonymously insult me, make rumors, attack my character, make false accusations, and this is what people do. Now, I have tried for years to just make my content. I didn't know in this world you're not allowed to have your opinion, because I never said don't buy from CGC. I never said they're a garbage company. So this person, and I'm pointing this person out because it's basically the straw that broke the camel's back with it. I had to delete email after email of people saying I constantly bash CGC. If you notice, I've bashed PGX. I bash CBCS because, you know, you send them a comic, you're lucky if you get it back, and if you do, it's 12 months later. You know, I am not afraid to call out companies when they do something wrong, because if you just kiss the rear end of a company, then they know they have you, that they'll get your money regardless of what garbage they put out. That is the stupidest thing I've seen people do. So some of these people in this quote-unquote comic book community feel that CGC can do no wrong, so they all have CGC bend over so they can kiss its rear end and defend a company that does not give a rat's behind about you. They only care about taking your money, and so many people get suckered in to think, well, I'm going to give them a free pass no matter what they do. If you do that, I'm sorry, you're a moron. Because you obviously don't know how business works. You are obviously one of those modern-day socialists who don't understand how capitalism is the reason why we are a successful nation, and the reason that socialism that is starting to come out is destroying this nation. You have to call out companies when they do things wrong. Now, if I'm constantly bagging on CGC, then I would have a CGC hating like a channel that's a CGC hater where every video I bag them. No, I have so many CGC videos where I say nothing negative about them, but I'm not afraid to call them out. And this whole sponsored by PGX thing, I even told Daniel Patterson, and he will back it up with me for this. He's done it in the past when one other channel, which will remain nameless, decided to put a rumor out there after they did a video saying you got to do research before you make claims, which I 100% agreed with, and then put out a video that stayed up for about a week before they put a description change that I get paid by PGX. I don't. And I even told them in the beginning, I said, listen, I have no problem, and I appreciate you being the only one of the 3 companies to contact me. Which, by the way, EGS, the new company, they actually called me. I had like an hour-and-a-half conversation with them. A true gentleman. You'll never get that from CGC or PGX on a regular basis because they're too big for us little people. They care about more money. They'll say all the things that, like politicians say. They'll kiss the babies and all that and make it look like they're all really there for your best interest, but yet we have a government shutdown and people are going on vacations getting paid to do it. My point is, I told the owner of PGX if I was going to do this, I'm not just going to praise you no matter what you do. If you do something wrong, I'm going to say it. And I said, if you have a problem with that, let me know and we won't do this. And he actually could have said, you know what, I'm really looking for somebody that wants to give us a positive light, despite what some of the people make accusations about. But he agreed with it. He said, you know what, I can respect that. And the same thing with the new company, EGS. When they sent me that book, before they sent it, and they contacted me, I said, listen, if you're looking for the typical channel who really wants to just get views and get some free product from somebody and just praise the heck out of it, regardless of what might be wrong, I'm the wrong person. I said, I want my subscribers to know that if I give a review, it's an honest review, one that you can actually take information from and have it be meaningful. You know how many emails, you can't even get those anymore on YouTube, but how many comments people have said that they go on YouTube to look for, a comparison video about the different grading companies. And they say time and time again, you just see some person tooting the horn and kissing the rear end of a company. That doesn't help that person learn the pros and cons. Because when you do a review, you don't just say, oh, here's all the wonderful things. You have to say, here's the good things, here are the bad things, here are the things that could use improvement, here are the things that are perfectly fine. This is my overall opinion, which it is, just an opinion. But you have the ability to take all of that information yourself, add it onto your own research, and actually be able to formulate an opinion. But these days, people just want to say, oh, brand X is the best thing ever, and brand W is the worst thing ever, instead of giving reasons why. And if you're going to give the typical thing of PGX and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle video, you might want to understand that that video was taken down for one of 2 reasons only. Because I watched that video, I saw it, and right as they were about to crack it open, the camera moves away so you can no longer see the comic. At any point, if you know anything about YouTube and how people make phony videos, you could have easily paused that video, switched out the comic, continued the video onward, and no one would be any of the wiser. Now, I'm not saying that's the case because I wasn't there, but unless you have it live and you have it where the camera does not move, you are giving it an ability for somebody to interpret it as possibly being dishonest. People switch things in comics all the time. Now, again, I'm not saying that they did. I don't know because I wasn't there. But they took that video down, which means one of two things. Either A, that was a bogus video and somebody did that to try and destroy a company, and they would have been sued and probably ended up paying lots of restitution for trying to purposely lie and injure a company. Or B, they got paid off. Now, we'll never really know. But the point is, you can't sit there and say, oh, I saw a video, so that means it is 100% accurate. Because then you might as well go to a Marvel movie and say, wow, there are people that are aliens that talk like have talking raccoons in trees, and they must be real because I saw it on a screen. I mean, this is 2019. This is not 1940 where you're just seeing movies for the first time in color and you're blown away by the thing that you see. I mean, are people not smart? And again, I'm not talking about my regular subscribers because obviously they get it. I don't have to have these conversations with them because they're not a moron. Because when even my subscribers who can disagree with me from time to time, and they're not afraid to say it, and that's fine, they don't have to insult me. They don't have to make accusations. They don't make videos making accusations falsely about me. And I'm going to call out my haters right now, and you could take this little clip and show it to every single one of them. Make a video. I've had people say that I have a secret eBay account where I sell all my comics, that I pay for subscribers. I want you to make a video proving your accusations. Let's see if anybody's man enough to make a video that proves these claims that you make against me, because I'm calling you out. Like I said, when you speak the truth, you have nothing to hide. And I know my regular subscribers don't care about this stuff, and that's fine. And my regular subscribers don't worry about this stuff, and that's appreciated. But this whole comic book community thing, it's garbage. It's lies, at least as far as I'm concerned. Because I never have seen anybody in this comic book community mistreated and abused like my channel, when all I do is make videos showing my comic books, sharing my belief system, which people have insulted as well, because obviously you can't have a difference of belief than group thought, otherwise you're strange and weird and you're an idiot or something. God forbid. But I'm really getting tired of it. Now, it's not going to stop me like it did before. And you're not going to see videos like this all the time, because obviously this isn't the type of video I do here. But, like I said, when I vent like this, other people may not understand it. They may not like it. It may bring up more negativity, but it makes me feel better. And I can only do me. I can't do anybody else. And you could take that pun any way you want, which, it shows I also do have a sense of humor. So my point is, people like No Name are a cancer to this community. And there are lots of them out there. Like I said, go to the CGC forum, find it, and you'll see an entire forum that I only checked it once. And I found it funny. I laughed the whole time with the accusations. If they think it's hurting me, if they think I'm going to, join that forum or anything, it's ridiculous. But there's an entire forum with page upon page of people insulting me, calling me, I'm, according to them, the most toxic problem in the comic book community. And that I am all that's wrong with comics. This is quotes from what people say. Really? So my videos of giving free information and free tips, giving advice on how you can collect better, giving people information on comics they might want to be interested in, that's toxic. That's just jealous, whiny crybabies. And obviously, that's why I don't say any specific names, because if you ever see bigger channels, when they have a beef with somebody for whatever reason, they call them out and they start getting an army of their subscribers to go bully the other people. Notice I don't do that. I would never use my subscribers as my own personal attack army to go after a bunch of anonymous crybabies. And you notice, like some channels, I won't disable the comments. I won't disable the thumbs up and thumbs down. I can only imagine how many this will get. And that's fine. I take it as a badge of honor. But as far as I'm concerned, I would like to just talk about comics. I would like to have the right to my own opinion without morons making lies about me. I mean, I could understand if I was a channel that was going around attacking people all the time, if I was going around lying to people all the time, if I was misleading people all the time and taking advantage of people all the time. I can understand then those people constantly attacking me and saying nasty things, because I would deserve it. But considering I stay to myself on my channel, all I do is promote other channels. Name another channel that allows you all the time to post your links almost anytime you want, as long as you're not spamming. How many videos have I made where I share other people's channels? If somebody says, you know what, I'm selling something, do you mind if I post a link? Never have a problem with it. Again, unless they spam and take advantage of it or only use my channel for that. I mean, you do have to have some conversations. I am the most outgoing, sharing. I mean, people stolen my ideas. People insult me all the time. People try and take advantage of my good nature. And again, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I, in the long run, use this as motivation. So most people will say, oh, look how upset you are. They're getting to you. No, as you see, I'm just talking like I normally do. I'm talking with passion because that's the type of person I am. I'm not yelling and screaming. I'm not having a poop fit. I'm not rage quitting because I made that mistake years ago. I'll never do that again. And I will utilize their negativity as a reason and justification to become even more positive, because you lead by example. But the reason that I am not afraid of making videos like this or calling out companies like CGC is because I want to lead by example and show that no matter what you have in life, eventually you're going to deal with people who are negative. And you could crawl up in a ball, you can give up, you can join them because, misery loves company, or you could stand up against these people. And the problem I've seen in all of YouTube is most people are so afraid to stand up for themselves, and they allow these people to bully them, thinking that, oh, I'm better off just staying silent. Well, if you stay silent, bullies you think they say, oh, it's not really affecting them, so I'm just going to stop? They continue to do this to my videos every single day. They don't stop. They will not stop. They're just cowards because they do it anonymously. And I will work with any channel who wants to. There are channels that tried and it failed. There are channels that, like, for example, Reggie Collects. I think he's one of the ultimate gentlemen I've ever met on YouTube anywhere in the community. He is nothing but positive. And you know what? I am so happy for his success. I contacted him months ago before most people even knew who he was. And I had a feeling, and I even said to him that I see a lot in the future potential of his channel. And I tried to do my best to give him some suggestions to motivate him to make his channel successful. And lo and behold, look what's happening. Now, obviously, I'm not taking credit for it, because he has to do that stuff, and he has to have the right personality, and he's achieving it. And you know what? He's starting to get some thumbs down, which just is flat-out haters. And my thing is, I think it's because I'm at the different age where I just don't understand the negativity. Like, if I was scrolling across a TV screen, checking out different channels, if I saw a TV show I hate, why would I want to watch it and constantly, daily, send a message to the creator saying how much I hate it when I could just watch something I love? I don't understand the mindset. But I guess if you're a 35-year-old man who is unhappy with their marriage and their choice of employment, which is choice, and they're angry all the time, I guess that's what they do with their free time, instead of trying to create something, instead of trying to better their lives. They would rather spend their whole lives being miserable and hating than to actually do something positive. I actually, on my old channel, got killed because I did a contest where I asked people to donate $5 or more to any charity that helped animals. And I had people bash me because they said I was asking for money. I never said anybody had to give me any money. I said all you had to do was send a donation of $5 or more to any local or international or whatever site that helped animals, share the receipt with me, and you would win the comic. And people accused me of wanting to ask for money. So anyway, this is not your typical video, and I'll tell you right now, I don't regret doing this. I'm not going to change it. There are some people that are going to say you shouldn't do it, and that's fine. Everybody has the right, but here's the thing that people need to understand about everything in life. You have the right to your own opinion. You have the right to say and think whatever you want. What you don't have the right to do is stop somebody else from having that right, for attacking somebody else. I mean, look at just in this country alone, in the United States of America. Look at how divided we are, where nobody has conversations anymore, where even our politicians act like little babies on both sides. Instead of having the right to have an opinion, we bash others because they're different. And last time I checked, if people want true, quote-unquote, diversity, well, then shouldn't people all have different opinions, different ideas, be different? If you're trying to stymie people's thought processes and people's religious beliefs and other beliefs, and even choices of comic books, is that being diverse? I mean, if you look up the term oxymoron, it shows any person that tries to silence anyone and hides behind the flag of diversity. So even in the comic book community, if you like PGX, that's awesome. If you like CGC, that's awesome. If you like CBCS, you like Vault, you like the new company EGS, that's awesome. But why would somebody spend their free time, their limited time on this planet, hating somebody else? Because I never had a problem with PGX. Except for once, and I called them out. I've said it before, and I'll say it again for the morons out there who are probably not listening or just here to thumb it down. When I got that Werewolf by Night 32, I sent it in as one of my 4 comics that I send in every month. When I made my prediction of that grade, I said it was around a 3.0 to a 4.0. At best, it had a lot of spine ticks. When I did the reveal live, so everybody can see it when I saw it, so you could see a live reaction when it was either a 6.0 or a 6.5. I don't remember. It was one of the two. The next day, I took it out of the slab on camera, and I tore up the label, so it can't be resealed or reused. Because when I first did it, people were saying, oh, you could just reslab it. So I made sure I cut the label and everything, because I would never do that. And that's why the video I did the other day about that CGC, regardless of the fact of whether it was graded that way or it ended up that way because it faded in the sun, which means the holders do not protect your comics against sunlight like some claimed, some dishonest person tried to sell that as a 9.8. And there were some people saying, well, maybe they cracked it open. Well, again, that's being dishonest. If you are cracking open a slab and putting a book that's not a 9.8 in there to try and sell it, you're basically a thief. And you notice when I had that 6.0 or 6.5 Werewolf by Night, that would have increased the value of that book about $300 or $400, even in a PGX. I could have easily said, you know what, I'm going to take it, I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to take advantage of somebody who may not know about things like I do when it comes to comics and grades. But instead, I did the right thing. So somehow, I am the worst thing in the comic book community. I am everything that's wrong with comic books, according to some morons. And yet, I could have easily taken advantage of that comic, sold it to somebody else where it would have been their problem, because most people don't research. So it's their own stupidity if they do that. But instead, I did on camera, cracked it open, and took it out and cut it out of the sleeve, so that couldn't happen. So I'll tell you, if I am the worst one, I'd hate to see what they think the best person in the community is. But here's the thing. I don't want everybody to sit there and say, oh, we're going to put our arms around each other and sing Kumbaya. Obviously, on the internet, people can be anonymous and they can say nasty things, and they find it funny. That is entertainment for some people. Some people, their lives are so pathetically sad that instead of inspiring people, instead of praising people, instead of saving people or helping people or uniting people, they find it funny to bash people. The one good solace thing that I can take out of this whole situation of the negative Nancys out there is I am proud to not be them. And I laugh at the patheticness of their attempts. These are most likely grown men that made a group chat attacking my channel and saying nasty things. I laugh at them. In this world, you got to be strong. You got to be able to take the good and the bad. You know, some people, their lives, everything comes up roses. I've had to work hard for everything I get. Like, I've had people say, you know, how do you get all these comics? Well, you know what? I have 4 jobs. I do DJ stuff and the karaoke, not only for bars, but I also do private jobs. I also have my own massage business that I've worked hard at. It's my own business that I put my own blood, sweat, and tears in since 2001. My DJing since 1999. I make and sell organic soaps and things called organic Orgon pyramids, which other people have made fun of, so I guess I'm not allowed to make things they don't understand. And I also make about $100 a month on average on YouTube. Between $95 and $150 a month. So I'm not making a killing. But I do what it takes to get the things that I want. Now, I don't smoke, so I don't spend $10 a day on cigarettes, or 20 or 30, depending on how many packs a day you smoke. I don't drink, so I don't spend money on alcohol. I don't go out clubbing and going to strip clubs, so I don't burn any money on that. I actually work, my average work week is about 14 hours a week since 2001. So I've worked part-time. So instead of being behind a desk all day, I actually get to spend time with my friends and with my wife. But I worked hard to earn the things that I've gotten. And to have people accuse me of being a thief, a liar, and a fraud without any ounce of accusation, and you can have at least a good 20 people in this quote-unquote community pat them on the back for their solid achievement. It shows the direction the whole world is going. They claim all the time to not want drama. Well, how many times have you seen videos like this on my channel? Just look at my channel. I have video after video showing my comics. I have video after video sharing information. I have video after video helping people and answering their questions. I respond to every single comment. I don't make videos saying, go to this channel and attack them. So I'm not even looking at the comments. I could just imagine some of the things they say. But I'll tell you this much. It's not from my subscribers, because you guys are loving, you guys are caring, you guys are positive, you guys will root for me. You guys have sent me beautiful artwork, which is amazing. There are people that are kind, that they've done the super chats. It's amazing. I've never asked for any of that stuff. It's not a requirement. If no one ever sent another thing again, I would still be grateful, because when the one thing of growing up poor is you learn to appreciate everything that you get. But you got to earn it. You got to work for it. Even at my worst times, when my house got robbed and they stole my credit card, because that was the day I left my wallet at home too. So they actually put me in about $100,000 in debt, because my ex-fiancée, which I didn't know about until about 7 or 8 years later when she confessed that her father did it, but at that point there's nothing I can do, she actually took my credit card, put things under my name with a different address, put over $100,000 worth of credit under my name, and knew when I was going to work, so she would go and take the mail from my mailbox so I didn't see it. So even at my point where I was over $100,000 in debt, all of the items that I had were stolen. I could have easily said, you know what, I'm going to go on welfare. I'm going to go get government handouts. You know what? Never did once. Because I believe you got to work for the things that you have in life. You got to earn them. Now, that doesn't mean if you're on welfare or anything, you're not deserving of it. There are plenty of people out there that need that to survive. But all it is mainly an incentive to keep you down and never let you rise up and succeed. I want to inspire people for more than just comics. I want people to know that even a video like this, where maybe I had a bad day, because I did lose a DJ job tonight. They based it on New Year's Eve because it was a dead night. They blame me instead of the fact that it was downpour raining, it was freezing out. They didn't promote it. They charged $60 to get in, but instead of taking responsibility for what they did wrong, because there's bad enough there's drunk drivers all the time. Do you think people want to go out to a place, spend $60 to hang out at a bar that's normally free to get in, go out in the absolute pouring rain, which is not going to make driving any safer, or do you think they stayed home? And they blame me for it, and I got fired for it, so I lost half of my income. But you know what? I'm still going to one day get that amazing Fantasy 15. I will still find a way. And you know what I want my regular subscribers to take out of this video? That it's okay to be down. It's okay to have bad things happen. It's okay to have the world gang up on you and make all false accusations and things like that. It's not okay to fall down and never get up again. So the loser people will think this is a win. Oh, look, we got under his skin. But they'll never see that this will inspire me. This will make me work harder. This will prevent me from wanting to give up and crawl into a ball and say that I've had enough. Because I actually wanted to do that today. But now, reading that person's comment actually has inspired me to just say, you know what, I lost the job, I'll get another one. Went and bought a lottery ticket tonight. I went to go to the deli because I was just in the mood to get a lottery ticket. Bought $20 worth of lottery tickets, won $50. So $30 profit right there for doing nothing today. But my point is, if I can get you to take anything out of this, more than just comics about life, is sometimes you're going to get pooped on. Sometimes you're going to have morons out there that find glorification in their lives of bullying and hurting others. They get joy out of it. It turns them on. It makes them feel like they have purpose. Be very proud you're not one of those people. And if you have that chance where you are bullied or you are insulted for your belief, for your right to be who you are, by somebody that hides behind diversity and somebody hides behind tolerance, and they are the most intolerant people, stand tall and know that you can be knocked down, but you will get up every single time, if not for anything, to show them that they will never win. And if I can inspire one person that says, wow, look at Chris, he's normally so positive, he's normally so giving and caring, this time he's down, this time he's out, this time he's a little cranky, maybe even borderline bitchy, and yet he still doesn't give up, he still is preaching to help others, he's still trying to inspire, maybe I should do that, then you know what? I'm proud all of this happened. I'd let it happen 10 times over. So if that means there's got to be 10 times more of the negativity from the negative Nancys out there, so be it. This is what some people do. I would be shocked if they actually put their face on camera and said it like a real man. They'll never do that because that would require strength and bravery. They need to hide behind the power of all the others. It's group thought. That's weakness. That's not strength. If your life is insulting somebody and getting a laugh or getting a hard-on from it, that's a pretty sad life, if you ask me. So anyway, to those who came here for the right reason, to those of you who will still support me, to those of you who will stand by, those of you who are inspired, to those of you who will at least allow me the ability to vent without attacking my character, I thank you. To those of you who find pleasure in hurting anyone, you're a coward, you need to rethink your life, and you know what? I wish you a better life. I hope you find something that brings you joy other than the expense of hurting others, because that's not something to be proud of. You will never have a legacy if all you've done is hurt people. When you die, you will be forgotten. So thank you for listening. This is not the typical video. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. This is not what video is going to be all about. Don't worry. This is not going to be changing the channel or anything like that, because the next video you see will be another unboxing of an amazing comic that I was able to have the privilege of finding. Or it found me. I don't know. I never searched for any comic. But I want to thank those that are here with the positivity, with the support, with the love. Those are the people that are the reason why I'm here. To the others that just came here to thumb down the video, you have the right to do it. I'm not going to say you don't. But you're not a community. You're not part of a community. You're toxic. And even if you think you're affecting me, you're affecting me, right? But in a way that hopefully will inspire others to say, well, if Chris can have all this stuff happen and yet still have a success story every now and then maybe I can too. And if somebody thinks differently or changes their mindset or says, you know what, I'm no longer going to be that negative person, I'm going to try and do something positive with my life and maybe my life will become better, then you don't think I think this is worth it? I'm not afraid to be attacked. They're going to do it regardless. I'm not afraid of people insulting me for having a right to my opinion. I love CGC, but I don't love when they make mistakes, and I definitely don't love people that defend those mistakes and bully other people because, God forbid, they have a thought of their own. When I made that video, I didn't say people are idiots. I didn't say that CGC should be shut down. I said, this does not look like a 0.5. I'm going to get it regraded. I got attacked for that. That's a community? I don't think so. But if anything, it's not going to change my mindset, because that's why the very next video I did was those last 2 videos I made yesterday. Just shoving it in their face to make another point. And if they want to think all I do is bash CGC, they obviously do not watch my videos. So I will take the time to read all of this information. I want to say thank you to everybody that watched. This is something that helps me feel better, which is basically the main goal. So having a bad day started but didn't end. You have control over everything in your life. So yes, I had a bad day today. I wanted to just sleep the whole day away. But you know what? You can't spend your life that way. Sometimes you just got to vent. You got to let it out. It's like shaking a bottle of soda. If you leave it in, it stays in. If you just open the cap, it all bursts out. Sometimes you just got to let off a little steam. There's a reason why there's a hole in a tea kettle or a teapot, because you got to vent. This is why so many people are so angry these days. They're so afraid to actually speak their own mind for fear of being criticized or attacked or ganged up on. Don't be afraid to have your own belief system, unless your belief system is to hurt other people. Then you're the problem. Not the ones that speak differently, that think differently, who are different, who have a difference of opinion. There's nothing wrong with you. And if you're one of those people that is afraid to speak out, no longer be afraid. Stand up for whatever you believe in, whether it's comics or politics or whatever. If you spend your whole life basically kissing the rear end of others for fear of being ganged up on, you'll never live your life and you'll never please those people, because they'll never be pleased, because they get pleased in hurting you and keeping you down. Don't ever let anybody do that to you, because then they have the true power. So thanks for listening. If you got anything out of this video positive, please let me know in the comments section. If you give it a thumbs up, that shows me you show support. If you think that I pay for subscribers, put it in the comments section. Let people know that you actually think that I would waste my money on buying what? A couple of 100 subscribers that prove what? Nothing. It's just so stupid. And if you think I'm one of those people that has a fake eBay account and I'm lying to people and secretly selling comics, please explain and show the proof of where it is. Mention any comic and I'll be proud enough to show you it, because I don't sell my comics, and even if I did, there's nothing wrong with it. And one day, I've even said, one day I will sell my comics. I'm not going to sneak it behind people's backs. That's just stupid. But that's what most of those haters are. But they just gather towards each other. Because remember, at one point, the masses thought the world was flat. So how smart are the masses? They just follow everybody else until they change their mindset. So they're not free thinkers. They're followers. Don't ever be one of those people. Don't join a group that you don't believe in for fear of being judged or attacked or ridiculed. Stand up for what you believe in. You may not be popular for that, but at least you'll be right. And that's the one thing I will take pride in over those people who have to be anonymous, who have to make accusations, who have to bully and gang up on people. I have the pride of knowing I might not be the most popular person. I may not get everything right, but I stood my ground even when others tried to stop me. And they succeeded once. Never happen again. Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you have a great night. And don't forget to have your trolls spayed or neutered. I'll see you next video.